and welcome to our show from the digital address 0993341 in Kokomemle here in Accra. Remember, this is the show that puts your views on top of the agenda. It's Joy News Interactive here on Joy News on Multi TV, DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. You can join the conversation on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. So we all know the famous saying that says, God helps those who help themselves. While priests, preachers and pastors from First Baptist Church of Meridian and surrounding churches in Texas have taken that phrase literally. These pastors are receiving gun training. Guess why? The November 5th massive shooting in Texas left 26 dead, and while these trainings are being sponsored by the churches themselves. So what's your take on this? Do you think the training should be happening elsewhere instead of the church? Do you think we should implement something like this here in Ghana? So we asked you on Facebook. Let's take some of your comments. And the first comment we take is Thomas, who says, Joy News, as for Ghana, such a thing won't happen now, so no need to talk about this. As for the Westerners, they messed up their continents and now they're trying to clean it up. God loves Ghana so much. And Godwin says, why should we do what we see others do? I think, okay, we need to be thinking critically and define who we are. As a student of philosophy, we don't have to do something because others are doing it. He got 2 replies. Let's see if we can get those replies from Godwin. Let's see if we can get. So Seth Boating says, you see the kind of people we are as a nation. We seem to embrace everything from the whites without thinking twice. And Chris says, your dad needs to receive terrorist bullets. Okay, we don't promote such threats. Thank you for your comment, Chris. Let's see if we can get more comments on if you think we should implement something like this in Ghana. And Kwabena Mafu says, it's very good, pa. We being Christians does not mean we must allow foolish people to kill us when we are not ready to meet our Creator and probably haven't finished the job of our Creator. Now we go deal with the law of Moses because it's also in the Bible. That's why I love my Bible and everything that is inside. And Hope HC says, oh, the world is sick. So will they shoot to murder and preach against murder? In Ghana, we're sick already. Should this happen here, that will increase robbery. And Odro Eric says, Ghana deserved something better than this. We should stop comparing ourselves to others and start to fix our broken economy. So Seth Boating comes back to say, if the God you worship could not protect or prevent you from evil to some extent, that you now have faith in a gun, why should we believe them as people of faith? All right. And Kwame Lakim says, so are they training them to keep guns while preaching or what? God controls everything. If it's bound to happen, no amount of training can stop it. They should rather have faith in God and pray over it. We're going to take another comment from Smith, who says, if it's possible for me to do the shooting, I will. The fact that I'm a Christian does not mean I should not learn self-defense. David the king lived by the sword, but he is a man after God's own heart and a prophet too. So nothing is wrong with what they are doing. We're going to take the last few comments from Sam Shadow, who says, Peter always carried his knife with him around Jesus. Dare him and he will cut your ears. And then Two Talk says, 2 complete continents apart. They suffered the agony. They are having their training, perhaps against future defense. And you're asking us, what is our take on this? And Gifty says, ha 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 ha. That'll be very nice. Pa, let us start the training now. Let us implement it. I am in full support. So moving to Spain, where it's appointed its first minister of sex, whose job will be to get people busy in between the sheets. The whole idea is to boost Spain's falling birth rate, which is one of the lowest in the developed countries. But let's come closer to home, where a Nigerian governor has created a new role for his sister as Commissioner for Happiness and Couples Fulfillment. Rokas Orukucha unveiled the post during the swearing in of 27 other new commissioners for Imo State. To some ears and eyes, these ministers and commissioners might seem absurd. So we want you to use your imagination and tell us what outrageous or random minister would you like to see here in Ghana. So we're going to take some of your comments. First comment is from... So here's the article that says Spain has appointed a minister for sex. If you read through it, it just tells us why they appointed the minister for sex, and this is the minister. Let's see if we can get any comments on that. Achimpong Felix says, okay, we're not going to take Achimpong Felix's comment. Let's say Ransford, who says, my imagination is, let's talk about how to solve our problems in Ghana. Okay, if you have any suggestions, Ransford, to solve our problems in Ghana, you're welcome to comment on our Facebook post. And Kweku says, we divided transport ministry into 3 ministers and people were talking. Hey, Minister of Sex, what is her scope of work? And Nasir says, I'm waiting to see Minister of Compulsory Marriage for people above 25 years who are still unmarried. And Seth Watching says, Minister for Noise and Liars. Ghana is full of unnecessary noise and liars. And Michael says, who is the best candidate if Nana Addo decides to appoint one in Ghana? That's a very good question. We're going to take our last few comments where Kweku says, such problems can never occur in Ghana. Failing birth rates, ha 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 ha. So we're going to take a last few comments from Michael Thomas, who says, Minister for Toilets in charge of building KVIPs in almost all the communities in Ghana. And Possible Gennaro says, we won't take Possible Gennaro's comment. Let's see if we can take more comments. Where Paul says, let's have Minister for Population Control in Ghana. And Yabwa Solomon says, Minister for Unemployment and Corruption. And Styles says, why are they women not beautiful enough, or they just want to enjoy sex without giving birth? They should make a law for them. Let's take a few more comments on that. And Justice says, this is what I call demand and supply. And Francis Tutu says, it's a disease and it needs to be addressed. So Kweku Pam says, this reminds me of my toilet prefect in GHS, Patrick Manu, where you there, and Buckstone, Minister of No Aid and Borrowing Affairs at the presidency, lol, lol, lol. And Al Hassan says, Minister for Love and Marriage. Okay, some interesting comments we have here on which random or absurd minister do you think Ghana should have? You know, just using our imagination. This is Joy News Interactive. And Sam Adjei says, Minister for Teenage Protective Sex. And Al Hassan said, okay, Minister for Love and Marriage. Let's see if we can get more comments from Owusu, who says, Minister for LGBT. Wouldn't be surprising to me, as Mr. President said, it is bound to happen. Hashtag Joy News. We've got one reply. Let's see if we can get that one reply on Owusu's comment that says, Minister for LGBT. Wouldn't be surprising to me, as Mr. President said, it's bound to happen. Figo Darling says, Ghana problem is not homosexual, and we all know it. So after all of that, we're going to take a quick breather. We'll be right back with more exciting interactive stuff. Welcome back from that break. You're still watching Joy News Interactive. Remember, you can get interactive with us on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. So you have carried it your whole life. You are called by it, and it plays a huge part of who you are. Exactly, that is your name. So what is the meaning of your name, and are you living it? We asked you on Facebook. We're going to take Godson God Knows TB, who says, my name means only God knows. Okay, that's very interesting. And are you living it? Only God knows. Emmanuel Amuzu says, you have to be known by a name to avoid calling hey. My name is Kwame, given to me by my parents, which I love too much. It simply means Saturday born. And Edward Miller says, Kwabena, which means a person with business strategies. So Kwabena, are you living your name? And Hamadia is my name, and it means praiseworthy. And Kwe says, God is my judge in whatever situation I find that demands justice. I say God is the judge. So Jehoshaphat, who says God is the judge. All right. And Ransford Kenny says, Ransford Kenny means loyal and not easy to be deceived. And Hope HC says, okay, thank you, Hope, for your comment. We were asking for your name. And Clifford says, Clifford, which means lordly. And Judicious Odro, Eric says, I am the courageous person. And Enoch says his name means dedicated. And Salifu says, my name is, which means one heart. So his name is Suhunyi, which means one heart. And Juventus says, my name means shame on my enemy. And Vegdome, which means shame on my enemy. And Kosia Sika, okay, that's her name. And Benedict, which means blessing. I had a very good friend, his name was also Benedict. And Chelsea, okay, and then my name is Hovi, which means destiny. So remember, we're Joy News on TV, on Facebook and Twitter. And I would like to explain my name, but maybe on a different time. So when you were 5, I'm sure you had some of the wildest dreams. You dreamt of being an astronaut, a captain of a ship, a doctor, or maybe even a pilot. But unfortunately, some of these childhood dreams are not realized. But not for 30-year-old Indian pilot Annie Devere, who is now the youngest female commander of a Boeing 777 aircraft in the world. What is that one childhood dream you had and you wish to fulfill? We asked you this on Facebook because we are Joy News Interactive and we want to know what you are doing. What is that one childhood dream you had and you wish to fulfill? On Facebook comment, the first one is Sulumana, who says, my childhood dream of being a pilot was quenched out of me when I was asked if I know any pilot from my vision. And since the answer was no, it means I can never become a pilot. Well, Sulemana, that could have inspired you to be the first pilot from your village. And Eric says, it was my childhood dream to be a military man. But when I woke up, I found myself into mines. I even bought a military uniform when I was in school. But now I'm into mines and I don't know whether I should wear it or not because I don't want to change my destiny as a military man. And Solomon says, all our childhood dreams are fantasies. And Odai says, I wanted to become an actress. Growing up, I just want to cook and sell for a living and not forgetting my passion for radio. And it's never too late, to just fulfill our dreams. And Nasiri is still trying my luck. I want to become an army officer. And Manuel Armstrong says, I wanted to become a teacher, but I couldn't. Well, Manuel Armstrong, you can teach the people around you. You don't have to actually go to school and become a teacher like that. And Ransford says, to become a big-time politician in my country. And Godson Komla says, I only want government to support me by fighting corruption in the country. And Raphael says, to be a big-time farmer. And Josephat says, to be a doctor. So it's Tuesday and we're giving you the travel tips of the week. those traveling tips for this week were for all the people who are traveling solo. So remember to exude confidence, to talk to people and to always smile. And remember, tell people at home who stayed at home where you are and what you are doing. So traveling is a brutality. It forces you to trust strangers and to lose sight of all that familiar comforts of home and friends. You are constantly off balance. Nothing is yours except the essential things like air, sleep, dreams, the sea, the sky, and all things trending towards the eternal of what we imagine for. So if you were to travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Personally, I'd probably go to Thailand, Phuket, to the nice island beaches. I just love me some, nice warm water and white sand. So let's take some of your comments. From the Joy News Interactive team, we say travel the world, protect yourself, and if you're going to dream, dream big. I am Mapisa Sividi. Thank you for watching.